Good morning, guys. Welcome to day 145 until I'm a YouTube millionaire. And today we're going to have another essay reading. This one is simply called A Story. Another essay that I wrote right around the time frame of 2016-2017. I wouldn't be able to tell you exactly when I did, but I can tell you when I copied it over to my hard drive here, and that was in 2018. So that's the best I got for you. I should probably start putting dates on these things. But anyway, this one's rather short, so. The greatest tragedy is feeling as if you are alone and carrying the weight of a world of confusion and depravity, as if there is no way to clear a path. So many stories are proposed, and so much information to discern, though never, it seems, enough. Sometimes, you just want an external force to tell you that it's going to be all right, or that a specific story is true. Allah, God, coming to you himself in person and giving you the information that you need. So long as one understands that choice, undergoing an appeal to a perceived authority, then it is truly a choice, just as any other, that can be made without prejudice. The question is only given the true answer as we, as humans, see it, if one proposing said truth has no ego, have no ulterior motive when trying to give somebody advice or good information about how they can lead their lives, aside from willing the good of the other, which is love, and that information can be taken basically wholeheartedly. Those stories I propose to you, do you want me to tell you if they are true? My life is a mission, is my mission. Who I am at my very core is my mission. My mission is unconditional love. Unconditional love being in direct opposition to free will, in a way, is the absence of ulterior motive, the absence of exclusion, or more appropriately, the absence of absence. Unconditional love is the absence of ego, and thus any perceived truth can be centralized within it, because it would not be tainted by said ego. As we are human, we require epistemic ambivalence to protect each other. We require decentralization of will, of power, for power is what we seek. It's in our nature. What of those who are both human, ego, and not human, without ego? In that this is what we all are. The truth we choose is the truth. The stories we choose are the truth. The evidence is right in front of you. But the knife's edge is meant to thrust you forward so that you can see it. It maximizes the velocity at which you can learn the lessons you need to learn. The truth can only adequately be centralized in one without ego, without free will, in a way, without humanity, in a way. But there is another choice. You can be both. It's so curious. To take up the mantle of exalting unconditional love is to rid yourself of your free will. But could you live without free will and not even know it? Only if you chose to. I'm going to do something that I probably shouldn't do. The truth can be centralized within me, you as well. But you must choose to allow this to happen, as must I, and the rest of us. The truth is, aliens exist, as do angels. And I love you unconditionally, as I do everyone and everything in all existence. And this will never change. Now, what I mean by this is multi-pronged. The first one being, if you perceive something, then it is, by that alone, something that is extant, that is real, that exists. The idea of aliens in your head is enough to make them exist. As a noun, if nothing else. As a concept. You can call them extraterrestrials. You can call them demons if you want. Whatever you so desire to call them. They exist. The difference is how much abstraction has led to them existing within our three-dimensional reality, or some point in the future, or in a parallel universe, something to that effect. Do you believe this story, or this truth? Or is it in fact both? You can choose to believe. What I have told you is true. You are not alone. Now again, I wrote this back in 2016, 2017, somewhere around there. And you must keep in mind, I used to be very gung-ho about the existence of extraterrestrial or alien life. They're not the same thing. Extraterrestrial is beyond Earth. Alien is foreign. In that, what we know in the divine teachings of the Bible, angels and demons are extraterrestrial, not human. They're from different dimensions and even from perhaps different parts of the universe. They're not alien because we know them and we know of them. You could make the argument that demons are alien, but that's another story entirely. The point being is, when something is in a state of having been in a black box and it's subject to Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, Schrodinger's cat, it both exists and doesn't exist at the same time. Because we have not seen in person gray aliens, as you and I call them, without some way to debunk it with very powerful evidence. They therefore exist and don't exist at the same time. And the path that we choose will become the reality. They are in Schrodinger's cat position right now. Angels and demons, we accept, exist. I mean, you could call some of the horrible people on this planet today the human manifestations of demons. People like George Soros and his son. And I can name a bunch of other people. You could even say somebody like Klaus Schwab. So, it's both more complicated and less complicated than you think. It's interesting. It's a certain duality. But anyway, that's all I got for today. Hope you got something out of this. Hopefully it wasn't too occluded. But, yeah. Love y'all. Peace.